Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my first story time video, and I just have a lot of these stories that I'd like to share, but I don't know which one to share, so I thought I would try it out. And if you guys like it, please give it a thumbs up so I know to do more. Like, I always love watching story times. I don't know if you know Nikki Glamour, but she has very detailed, very good, juicy story times, and I love when I'm bored, and I just love watching different videos of weird things that happen to other people. So I thought I would share one of my stories, and it's about a stalker. And let me know if you guys like these kind of videos so that I could do more of them, because I have a lot of weird stalker stories, a lot of weird stories that happen. So please give it a thumbs up if you enjoy, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe so that we can give out more videos for you guys. So this has to do with a stalker, and in high school I was used to having stalkers, which is very sad, but if someone would like me, I don't know why, they think if they follow you around and they cling on to you, you're just gonna fall for them back, but that's not how I work, so it never worked out. But I've had my fair share of stalkers and people who've been very clingy with me, but I didn't really think anything of it because most of the times they were my friends, even if they were like kind of stalking me to get me to like them. It wasn't like it wasn't that creepy to me. But in college, this is the story of this stalker. Let's call him George. We're gonna call him George. So this happened my sophomore year of high school or my junior year. I'm not sure. No, it was my sophomore year of high school. And it was a time in my life where I had just gotten out of something, so I was not in the mood for annoying little boys. And this happened in my chem recitation class. So one day I'm just there doing my work. In recitation you have quizzes at the end of each class, and you're supposed to be working on problem sets so that you're ready for the chem lecture. So that's what we were doing. Everyone had different groups. And I see in the corner of my eye, like, this guy has been staring at me the whole class, and I've never seen him before. And this was like our second or third week of chem recitation, and I have not seen him. But I'm like, okay, I didn't think anything of him. Like, maybe he's just staring, like, okay, that it doesn't affect me, so it's fine. But he was just staring the whole time. Okay, and then as soon as class ends, I have another class, and it's upstairs in the same building. So I go out, and I'm like trying to go to my class. This dude literally pokes me and hands me a little piece of paper, and I'm like, thank you, because I thought I dropped something. I didn't know what the piece of paper was. And then I go upstairs to my next class. I open the piece of paper. It goes, "Hey, my name is George. I think you're cute. Text me," and his number. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what are we in, like, 6th grade? I don't want to deal with this. He didn't even talk to me. He literally just poked me, said no words, and gave me a piece of paper. So I'm like, you could at least said something. And so that day, it was either that day or that week, we had like a high school friends reunion, and it was like me and my friends, we had planned to meet up with each other. So we went to the restaurant, and they're asking about, like, oh, boys, all this stuff, talking about boys, and I'm like, no. And then I showed them the piece of paper, and this is what Ravi does. So she takes the piece of paper from me. First of all, we're all like laughing about the situation. She takes the piece of paper and she texts it, and I'm mortified because I did not want to text that number. I wanted nothing to do with that number. And she texts it. And she's like, "Hey, I found your number. It's me from your chem class," or something like that. And he responds right away, and he's like, "Oh, hey, whatever." And she doesn't respond back. And I'm yelling at her at this time. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, I don't want to deal with this. And she's just laughing about the whole situation, but I'm like, I gotta deal with this. Like, I don't like this, because then I have to confront the situation, and I was just gonna leave it as it was, like just completely ignore it. And she's texting him, and he's like asking about my name, all this stuff. She's not replying, she's just leaving it. And I'm like, no, you need to fix the situation, because I'm not dealing with that. So I told her to write to him that she just found his number on the floor and she thought it'd be funny to text him. So she did. But when she got home, she was still getting text messages from him, because he didn't believe that. And so she blocked the number. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, now I have to see him, and it's gonna be real awkward in class. So then it's our next class. I see him again, but I'm like hiding, like I don't wanna deal with this. And so class ends. I'm like, okay, last time he saw me going up the stairs, let me go down the stairs so he doesn't go to my, like, where I'm going. It happens to be the day I decide to get lunch or a snack before class is the day he's waiting at the bottom of the stairs for me. He's just waiting there. Like, he didn't even know how long I would be or if I would even come down. He's just waiting there. As soon as he sees me, he starts walking with me. And he's like, I'm like, crap, this is gonna be real awkward. And I'm trying to like talk and walk and leave, but he's like, hey, so what's your name? And I'm like telling him, and he's like, how old are you? And I was what, 19 or 20? No, 19. And he was a year younger. I was a sophomore, he was a freshman. And as soon as I said that, he was just like, oh. I'm like, yeah. And I told him, I'm like, I'm not interested in anything. I don't want anything. He's like, the typical guy line, oh, maybe we could just be friends. And I'm like, not really, like, I'm not interested. And I walked away. Thought I made myself clear that I was not interested. And so, after that class, this is the thing, he never went to class. Like, after that situation, he never went to class. But I would always see him somewhere, and he would always find me. So, one day I was walking out of class to the library. Guess who's next to me? It's George. And he's walking with me to the library. I'm like, I'm just gonna go here. He has some tutoring appointments, so he's going to that. And then I was just gonna go to the cafeteria and get some food and go up. And he's like, so I've been texting you and you don't reply to me. And I'm like, I don't have your number. I never had your number. And he's like, yes you do, stop lying. I'm like, I really don't have your number and I'm not texting you. And he's like, yeah, I know you're not texting me because I keep texting you and you're never replying. He's like, next time keep talking to me. I'm like, I do not have your number. Like, I really didn't, because at that point we threw out the paper and Ravi had already blocked the number, so we had no idea what his number was. And he keeps saying, like, text me, you never talk to me, you never talk to me. And I'm like, I don't have your number. Not that I was going to text you regardless. And I walk away. And then, here's where the title of the story is. One day, look, this kid never went to class. I never saw him in my chem lecture, never saw him in my recitation after that day. And I asked him, I'm like, you don't go to recitation? He's like, no, I'm good, like, I'm smart. Recitation was like 20% of our grade. If you didn't go, you basically dropped the letter grade. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't doing well in the class either because he never went to class. I'm walking to class, and it's in this building called Sullivan. Walking to class, guess who's there? It's George. So I'm walking in, he's trying to walk out, but then he sees me, so he waits. And so he sees me and waits. Let me tell you, he had nothing with him. Nothing. I did not see a bag. I only saw his bare hands, right? I think his hands were behind him. And so I'm like, hey, speed walk away. I'm going down the stairs to my class. Guess what I hear? A ukulele playing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Because it was still early, so there wasn't even that many people out of class yet. And it was just me, and a professor walked like the other way that I was walking, and he's just staring at me like, what is going on? This guy is literally playing his ukulele and following me to class. And I'm like, don't turn around, don't turn around. You can't turn around. If you turn around, it's gonna give in. So I'm like pretending this is not happening. I'm just walking. He literally placed his ukulele all the way to class, and our class was like at the middle of the hall or the end of the hall. So it was like not right away, like you had to walk. And he's humming and playing the ukulele. I don't remember which song. I don't even remember if it was an actual song or something he made up. Playing the ukulele and humming, and teachers and professors and students are looking at me because I'm like just ignoring it, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on, why he's doing it. So he keeps playing the ukulele, and then we go to class. As I told you, this guy never went to class. As soon as I walked in, I saw a friend, I sat next to a friend, and he walked in and then walked out right away. Like, as soon as he saw I was giving him no attention and completely ignored him, he walked away. And then another, like, I don't know, a few weeks go by, right? I didn't see him, or if I did see him, I'd just be like, hey, and walk away, like we pretended like that never happened. And so one day we have an exam, and our exams were at nighttime, so it's all in the auditorium. It's like a departmental test. So we went to the auditorium, and I'm with my friend. We had just been studying for this exhausting chem test, like stressed out. Guess who finds me? George. Of course George finds me. Every time I would see George, I would hide because I did not want to interact with him. My friends all knew who he was because he would always like linger, and he was just very creepy. So George finds me as usual. He goes, hey, I've been calling you and leaving you voicemails. Why don't you pick up? Again, I don't have this kid's number. So I'm like, I don't have your number, like I don't know who you're calling because it's not me. And he's like, I've been calling you, you don't pick up, I'm gonna call again, you're gonna pick up. I'm like, no, I'm not, because I don't have your number. Like, this kid would not believe that I did not have his number. I don't know why he thought he was talking to me. He was talking to Ravi. I don't know why he thought that was me when she clearly blocked him and did not speak another word to him. And he's just waiting for me to tell him that I have your number, I'm gonna call you, all that stuff. Nope. And that was the end of George, because I'm pretty sure he transferred out or changed his major, because I'm pretty sure he did not do well in chemistry. Never saw him again in another chem class, never saw him in my bio classes, because you needed to go to recitation to pass that class, and he never did. Like, I never even saw him for the final. He just never came. And he was always very like, I called you, you don't pick up. And I'm like, don't have your number, wasn't gonna call you anyway. But he was never like believing me. So that's the story of when my stalker followed me around with the ukulele. It was kind of embarrassing. And you know, the thing is, I've always been the girl that's like, oh, if someone serenaded me or played a guitar or played an instrument, I would be like swoon. And when it happened, I made a status. I was like, never. I never want that again. Because first of all, it's so annoying when it's from an unwanted person. Like, if you've made yourself clear you don't want this person, they should get the message. No, they don't. And they follow you around thinking that's going to change your mind, as if it's not going to creep me out. And that's what happens. So that's my story. I hope you guys enjoy it. I have a ton more stalker situations, stalker videos, creepy messages, creepy things that have happened. So if you want any of those, just give it a thumbs up. I know Ravi has some stories too. So if you like these story times, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!